What's up, Narco Gang? Welcome back to the channel. If y'all not subscribed, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified of everything that we drop. Today's video is about Wack100 getting fired from no jumper. It's been a long time coming now, I'm fucking with y'all. But the nigga Wack been popping shit, cuz, for a long time on no jumper, bro. This nigga will get on there and start a whole bunch of shit. So I guess the shit finally hit fan. You know the nigga Wack always trying to squabble somebody. Well, he always squabbles somebody, but he ain't never really squabbling nobody. Even though he do got a couple fights that's on the internet, gang. For all the phase that this nigga gotta run, nigga, that's not enough, nigga. So with that being said, let's get to this content, Narco Gang.
Watching me and my three friends in this basement. You are done, 22. And to all that, all I gotta say, kiss my ass! Kiss it! Each and every one of you, kiss it! Pucker up, plant those lips right on my dirty asshole that I don't even oftentimes wipe to completion. Sometimes I still leave a little bit of that downtown Judy Brown.
That duck butter.
That Julie.
Kiss it. Kiss my ass.
That duck butter.
That's all I gotta say. Actually, I would not like to send those words. Those words are not going out to the victims, because to the victims, my heart actually goes out to you. But I mean, myself, I don't know a lot about what happened in this incident. This is not something that involved me in any way. Yeah. This is something that took place between people who were not invited to No Jumper, and it is being trotted out and treated as if it was something that I in any way co-signed, that was in any way beneficial to my business. That is absolutely not true. The reality is that the 22ster was not there. 22ster had gone home. These things took place outside of my building. And I to be totally real,
why are people hanging out? You niggas don't got hoods to go to?
Not a bad point. From my perspective.
What did you hanging out in Burbank for?
According to you,
What you hanging out in Burbank for?
I just heard your kid making noise, and then someone handed a pack of cigarettes through the door. I hope that was not your daughter passing them off.
I hope it was. Like that's
Anyway, this is my thing. Dueling narratives. There are two different narratives that you could choose to go with in this situation. And I think that there's different levels of likelihood to different situations. The situation that is more beneficial to one loose cannon, the side of the story that you might want to believe if you were loose or somebody who's speaking on behalf of loose, is the idea that people came to No Jumper unexpectedly, uninvited, and they got handled. Now, that story would be somewhat understandable.
sounds good
This location ain't just everywhere like that.
at all.
We wasn't at the store.
Exactly. And we weren't filming live content.
Yeah, and it wasn't live.
There was no reason for anybody to know that we were in this building at that moment.
That loose cannon knows.
Especially that.
Well, fools never show up if they're not like invited or something.
And they trying to say Loose Cannon and Wack licked the, you know what I'm saying, the addy. Not really licked the addy because everybody know where they at, but they trying to say them niggas invited some niggas or told niggas where they was at. That's some allegations right there, Brody.
Specifically a part of a program. They
Very few examples of people showing up uninvited here over the years. And I guess the other side would be the idea that these people were in any way invited here. Now, if they were invited here, it was not done by me. It was not done by anybody who works at No Jumper. So I can't really attest to that. I think that that's a question of what do the text messages say? Are there phone records? Do the phone records indicate this? Myself personally, I walked outside right before I left. I saw two young gentlemen, not really that young, but gentlemen for sure.
That's also a generous term in this case.
Were they gentle? I don't know.
Right,
yeah, it's up in the air. I spoke to them. Obviously, I'm slightly concerned when I walk outside and I see a couple of guys. And I say to them, I say, are you guys here for Wack? And they said, yeah. I say, okay. I shook their hands, determined that they didn't really seem like they were a threat from my perspective. They didn't seem like they were on bullshit. At least they weren't on bullshit with me. They seemed cool. So I go to my car. I get on the phone with Wack. I say, there's two guys here. They're outside for you. He said, okay, I think I know who it is. I get off the phone with him.
A different response.
I drive away.
Was it JD?
And 10 minutes later, somebody sends me a video of this incident.
Oh, I need to see that video.
What happened exactly? I don't know. What you see in the video, to me, seems kind of self-explanatory. That being said, I would like to formally denounce any such behavior taking place at my building in any way. I consider this an act of extreme disrespect for anybody to get into any such situation at No Jumper when we're just merely trying to make content. Now, that being said, like, if somebody showed up and they wanted to be aggressive, it would be understandable that they might
Let
be
me tell
handled
you,
physically.
they spoke out already. So shout out to Young at Hefe.
Okay, they spoke out through his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He said that he had spoken to them.
He spoken. Okay.
Young and Hefe.
And I saw Rick Rock said he had a conversation with them as
Yeah,
well. Shout out
so-
to Rick Rock. I liked what you were saying.
Yeah,
So
shouts to come to
they
Rick
said
Rock.
that they were under the impression that they were going to do an interview that day or something like that and pulled up. Because I can't say for sure because it wasn't them out the horse's mouth. And they're probably not
Okay.
trying to.
So it's Compton, Rick Rock, and versus Wack100 and them and Loose Cannon. So it's Loose Cannon from 60s, Rick Rock from okay. So I don't know, why these niggas. It's probably some social media beef type shit. It's definitely not no gang related shit because Wack from Power Root and Loose Cannon from 6-0. Rick Rock, he from Compton. He a Compton crib. You know what I'm saying? So
Talk because they think they got action at trying to take your money. And that, first of all, property line. Let's talk. We're not even going to talk. Should I even talk about that?
Whatever you want to say.
Oh, wait,
Because
hold
the
on.
property line, you weren't even at No Jumper, brother.
Beyond that.
Not like that, but you weren't even here.
So
Therefore, and it happened outside of No Jumper. Nobody from the No Jumper cast, nobody that gets a paycheck from No Jumper was involved with that fight.
This is true. A lot of people are saying No Jumper employees lined these guys up. There were no Jumper employees involved with this in any way. Loose Cannon does not work here. Loose Cannon was here with someone who was doing a piece of content with me.
Wack had to put the okay down. That's daddy. Just remember that.
Wack100
I'm not going.
Hey.
is Wack an employee.
this nigga Brick Baby gotta stop snitching, bro. Why he keep opening his mouth to be saying shit like, nigga? First is the motherfucking Dirk situation. Now we talking about Wack put the battery in somebody back or Wack put the okay out there. Like, bro, you gotta stop this shit, bro. This shit's starting to get out of hand.
I would say no.
No, but he gets a check.
No, but there still is.
He
There's
did,
a
but
different.
he did.
There's a difference.
He
Wack
did
gets
participate.
paid
No,
to do episodes with me.
no, he's not a part of No Jumper. I'm not trying to say as far as
Nigga, you
the
tryna-
lawsuit goes. I don't
man.
think it would go far as that goes because it's not like somebody who's signed to you. That you know what I mean. What I'm saying is that he had to give the dude that is not a regular in the building the okay to even meet up with somebody here or around these premises. You get what I'm saying? We weren't involved in no way, shape, or form, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to put him out there either.
Yeah,
It is
I'm
what
gonna
it
say
is. I
this,
know he detached himself from the situation, but at the end of the day, Loose Cannon can't even speak a whole sentence without that nigga butting in. You think he can make a decision without him butting in?
To me, Wack seemed surprised by the fact that anything happened. I don't think that Wack would co-sign somebody being set up at No Jumper, regardless of the fact that Wack is not a formal No Jumper employee. I don't think I've always seen him seem interested in keeping a sense of order here.
I don't was trying to book a booker.
Honestly, that would have been a crazy addition. And I think anybody who's seen the video kind of thought that at a certain point, like, oh, are they about to put fingers in this guy's ass?
What do you think happened when
What the fuck?
What do you think happened when the camera cut off, bro? That's straight buka.
I don't think that happened. I think
What the
you're
fuck?
going to be the
No,
next victim
'cause Wack-
at this rate. Yeah.
Wack told him, no, Loose, you can't do that. He was probably like, I'm about to dig at his ass. I got some peanut butter. You know he keep the peanut butter on him.
No, honestly, like at the end of the day, like you said, like the role employee is a very loose term, especially no pun intended. When most people that even come to No Jumper, if they're getting paid, it's most likely not necessarily an employee. It's people that are working with you. So there's like different dynamics there. So, you know.
Yeah, either way. From my perspective, I consider it just super disrespectful and shitty that this in any way took place at our building. Realistically, this is the thing that pissed me off about it, is the fact that people always want to put out this bullshit narrative about No Jumper and say that this is a gang hangout, that there is violence taking place all the time, when in reality, how many times has that actually happened? There's been
Nigga said, how many times I asked, nigga, probably a lot. I done heard a lot of shit that went down to No Jumper, bro. What are you talking about?
a situation or two where people who didn't like each other saw each other and it was handled relatively quickly. There was the situation, obviously, with Kelpie and Suspect. That was sus.
That shit
no
don't
pun
even-
intended.
That's not gang violence either.
Right, that was pimp on pimp violence. But either way,
It's safe enough for me to bring my
P on P violence.
exactly. Same here. And we have had so few issues here over the years. And I've always had to sit there and feel annoyed when I see people making the argument that basically No Jumper is this thing that I in no way relate to, that we are just a place for violence and that this is a place where it's almost encouraged that people be attacking each other. I 100% disagree with that. But then now we have this new thing that basically makes it seem as if that is the case. And I very much resent it. And, you know, if this was a situation where people just showed up talking shit, trying to fight, and Loose Cannon did what he did to them, then I would be thinking of this very differently. I am under the assumption that that's not the case. I'm under the assumption
There's no way possible that's the case.
it doesn't seem like
Unless somebody was sharing their location with this dude. Like, come on, you have to. It's so many.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way possible that they that spot on. Like, we just gonna go to No Jumper today.
just randomly at this time. that was realistically like kind of the perfect time for them to show up if they wanted to get in some bullshit because we had just finished the podcast.
Well,
It's
so
kind of
is it-
winding down. No, Forrest was long gone at this point.
Oh yeah, because I'm like the only thing that you can say is like, oh, I was coming to see 4 extras and I ran into Loose Cannon. Like if you work, because that's the only person that was on
Nah,
Instagram.
he had been
that
gone
day.
for 3 hours.
You
At
get
that
what
point,
I'm
yeah.
saying? No, I'm just saying the only person that you knew was in the building that
Mm.
day outside of the regulars was 4 extras. That's all I would say. You wouldn't know anybody else.
Definitely. And yeah,
All right, y'all, come into this video. This nigga Brick Baby is telling on a lot of motherfuckers, bro. It seems like he just mentioning names. Like you can see, Adam don't want to mention no names for real. Adam just talking loosely. Brick Baby like, nah, that Wack100. You know what I'm saying? He don't even work here, but he get a check. He get. I ain't say he work here, but he get a check though. And now you bringing up 4 extra name. It's like, nigga, you just loose lip ass nigga, bro. Like you don't understand that talk. We should know who you talking about. Like it's cool to tell the story and tell it without saying niggas' names, bro. I don't know if he can do that shit. So let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Is this nigga Brick Baby snitching again? It's just crazy. We out this day narco gang. Peace.